When I look into your eyes, I feel like I'm alive. It's a really hard feeling to describe. It takes me back to a time when I was just a young boy. Back in '92, the grass was green and the sky was blue. It reminds me of big rivers and rocky Cascades. Long rivers and rocky Cascades. When I look into your eyes, something changes. I get so different inside. I get so different inside, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing. A bad thing. Reminds me of rocky Cascades and rivers flowing to the ocean. When I look into your eyes, I'm changed. That's not necessarily a bad thing. When I look into your eyes, I'm changed. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It reminds me of rocky Cascades and rivers flowing widely. When I look into your eyes, it reminds me of Cascades and rivers. I change inside. Change inside. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. You look so beautiful, but sometimes things can change. You got thorns in your soul, but that's not how it's supposed to be. I can change you back. I'll look into your eyes and remind you of '92. Remember the grass, it was green, and remember that blue sky, it was blue. In '92. Yeah. In '92, the grass was green, the sky was blue. When I look at you, something changed, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a bad thing unless you want it to be that. Unless you want it to be a bad thing. It's not a bad thing unless you want it to be. And why would you want that, baby? Why would you want that? When I look into your eyes, something changes. I think, look around, and I realize that when I'm with you, I change, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.